It's Bullseye. I'm Jesse Thorn. Felicia Day is a comedian. She's an actress. She's kind of a legend in the worlds of nerdy comedy stuff. She had a recurring spot on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She worked with Wil Wheaton. She's also created and starred in her own web series called The Guild. Now she has a big part in one of the most anticipated reboots ever, Mystery Science Theater 3000, The Return. She plays Kinga Forrester, the show's main villain. She stars alongside her henchman Max, played by Patton Oswalt. The new show's premise basically follows the old one. She and Max have captured Jonah Heston, played by Jonah Ray. Their mission, drive Jonah insane by forcing him to watch really bad movies. Here's a little bit of the show's first episode.
The new MST3K isn't about ideas or making things. It's about sheer star power, starting with your experiment today, Reptilicus. Somehow Denmark thought they could make a giant monster movie. Max, tell them a few of the big celebrity names in the film.
Only legendary Danish comic actor Dirk Passer.
Wow. And?
He's the only one.
We've got to talk about the way we choose these movies. Yeah?
Okay.
Whatever.
Felicia's great on MST3K. Funny, kind of sadistic. For somebody like Felicia, who's worked in so many different genres and also originated so many projects herself, it kind of makes you wonder where she got the drive to do all that stuff. Her answer, a weird BBC show called The Mighty Boosh.
So The Mighty Boosh it's a musical comedy duo act that started as a stage play, and it turned into, from the stage play, a sitcom. And it's very out of the box. It's a musical comedy about this sort of loving, hating relationship between the two of them, and mixed with the surreal, definitely the surreal.
Come with us now on a journey through time and space.
To the world of the Mighty Boosh.
So the first time I watched The Mighty Boosh was during a nervous breakdown I was having, and I rented a house up the coast in California for 10 days, and I really catatonically stared at the sea to figure out who I was again. And accompanying me on that trip was the complete Mighty Boosh collection. And the first season is about a zoo and them working at a zoo, which is kind of a standard sitcom setup. But the deeper you get into the first season and then the second and third, things just completely change. But a couple of the characters lead you through this maze of ridiculousness accompanied by song in the most bizarre way imaginable. And as I was trying to find myself through this vacation, being able to dive into something that was so incredibly joyous and out of the box really helped sort of heal my brain in a way by laughter. The show exemplifies that kind of spontaneous, out of the box joy in all the characters, but especially the secondary characters. I mean, there is a gorilla who is part of the cast and a main character. And one of the other main characters is Naboo, who is a very quirky actor who plays a fortune teller in that if you ever see a fortune-telling machine, he's come to life. And he's actually in the fortune-telling machine for a majority of some of the show and then end up, coming out into the world a lot more. There's a puppet in the alley in a scene, I think in season 3, where it's a crack fox. It's a fox who's addicted to crack. He has a den in the back, and it's just, there is nothing so ridiculous, but the way that they bring their world together, the worldview is so unique that you believe absolutely anything that is thrown at you. And at the heart of it, it's a relationship between two people, one grumpy, one just flamboyantly rich and life-living, and their relationship. And it's just embodies everything about what I do on the internet, which is surprise, spontaneity, and just doing whatever it is that your creative impulse tells you, not having the business gatekeepers tell you that that's not what people would like.
Don't think Horace is going to be able to make it tonight, so I'm freed up. What time do the girls come in?
Yeah, thing is, these are goth girls, so there might be a bit of a problem.
Why?
Well, you're going to have to get a bit dark, like me.
Like you? You're the least dark person I've ever met. You're like candy floss.
You cut me open, I'm made of blackjacks.
You're fruit salad, Vince. Everyone knows that.
It's not Vince. I've changed my name.
What?
It's Obsidian now.
Obsidian?
Yeah, Obsidian Blackbird McKnight.
Whatever. Inside, I'm darker than you, yeah? There's a dark poetry to me, yes, sir.
Yeah, well, you can blag all that internal stuff. I'm talking about the look, you know? I mean, what are we going to do with your hair?
What's wrong with it?
It's a bit thin, isn't it?
It's not thin, it's fine.
Oh, you're not joking. Can't even feel it. It's like brown smoke.
Look, my hair is soft and gentle. I get a lot of compliments about it. Girls like it.
Yeah, not goth girls, though.
Oh, what am I going to do then? Can you help me out?
I don't know.
You must have something to boost it up. Come on, you got to be technational in hair design.
All right. Look, lucky for you, there's this. Goth juice. The most powerful hairspray known to man. Made from the tears of Robert Smith.
Yeah, when I was watching The Boosh, I was at a point where I had come from a very creative background. I started shooting videos in my garage with my friends, and we had no expectation other than pleasing our audience. And that success sort of carried us into the business world. And the business world is trying to commoditize creativity. That is literally the definition of Hollywood and entertainment business. And I totally get that. But in allowing myself to sort of be not used, but following all these opportunities, I was chasing them so far that I had forgotten why I'd gotten into the business in the first place, creating things that surprised me, that connected with the audience, regardless of how business savvy they were, in a sense. And I think that me as a person does not fit in a mold. Regardless of how successful I will be ever, I will never be happy trying to fit myself in someone else's paradigm. I would rather just be in an apartment somewhere creating art on the wall, and that would be much happier for me than being a multimillionaire on billboards everywhere. It just is who I am, and I always feel a sense of loss with myself when I am far from creating things that give me that kind of joy of surprise. Like, I can't believe I came up with this.
Maybe I was being a bit hasty there when I said I didn't love you. Perhaps now in this light with you and the tutu and the water playing off your seaweed, maybe I could love you. Maybe I was lying, because when you do love someone, sometimes you say you don't because you're playing hard to get, playing a game.
Games?
Yeah, I was just playing a game with you.
Love games?
That's right, love games, Greg.
Love games?
Do you love me? Are you playing your love games with me? I just wanna know what to do, cause I need your love a lot. Come on now, do you love me? Are you playing your love games with me? I just wanna know what to do, cause I need your love a lot. Come on now.
So in watching The Mighty Boosh, I'm sure it wasn't on billboards everywhere in the UK, but it touched so many people in a way that made me realize, well, this is what I'm here for. They can spontaneously create something from scratch, and it looks like they're playing on set, and anything that occurs to them that makes them laugh, they're putting on screen. They're not censoring themselves. The more ridiculous, the better. It actually reminded me why I do what I do, and made me want to follow in their footsteps of creating for the joy of it, regardless of who's telling you can do something or not. The thing about The Mighty Boosh, and I know that both the actors have gone on to do a lot of different work, but I think the chemistry between them and their working together was very inspirational, because creativity in a bottle is not fun, unless you're drawn to that. And it really is that collaborative process that they enhanced each other. They filled holes where they had in each other. They raised each other's joy up in the process of making that show. It seemed like to me. And I think that collaboration and knowing that you don't have to be alone in creating was really inspirational to me, and made me long for creating that sort of group thing that brought me here, and trying to get together with my friends and making something from scratch.
Felicia Day on the inspirational power of The Mighty Boosh. It's a real British television comedy. If you've never seen The Mighty Boosh, you can stream it or buy it on Hulu and Amazon. You can also find it on CISO. You can catch Felicia Day in Mystery Science Theater 3000, The Return. It's streaming now on Netflix. It's great. It's really funny. So is The Mighty Boosh. They're both really great.